Good morning. Now let's start our talk show episode 78. The only things that stand between you and your dream is the will to try and believe that is actually possible. It's a beautiful quote quoted by Joel Brown. So, with this quote, I would like to bring our talk show named Conversation with Consultants with episode 79 of our guest talk series. Good morning, everyone. I am Rima Kumari, ECR coordinator of SKNG, and I am your host for today's talk show. Before I begin our talk show, let me briefly introduce SK Associates and Group. We are an ISO certified management consulting firm registered under the MSMED Act 2006 with the Government of India. Our mission is to providing consulting service to student entrepreneurs globally, covering areas such as compliance, operations, marketing, research and development, human capital, strategic, and operations. Our passion lies in helping these budding entrepreneurs bringing their dreams to life and contribute to global economics growth. Entrepreneurship is a catalyst for change and innovation. It's a powerful force that can reshape industries, transform lives, and make the world a better place. We are committed to supporting student entrepreneurs on their journey, equipping them with the tools, knowledge, and network they need to succeed. Now, before I begin our show, let's take a moment to introduce our guest for today. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome Mr. Ajay Tyagi, CEO of VALT Consulting, to this special event. We are truly honored by your presence today, and we are delighted to have you here in this talk show to share your insight with us.
Thank you.
We would like to start this interview with our first question for you. What inspired you to start World Consulting, and how do you innovation its impact?
Okay, so thank you very much, Rima and SK Associate and Group for this opportunity to share my thoughts with you. If you look at the inception of World Consulting, was with the thought to add value to the business of our clients. So just to give background of it, I come from a pharmaceutical sector. I was into corporate for 23 years. And during these 23 years, I realized while working with various consultants that some of them were really good and some of them were just, sort of off the shelf kind of programs they were offering. So there was no proper need identification. There was no proper solution, to the need which we had as a corporate on the other side of table. And then what I realized that if I have to start my own, I need to look at something which can add value to my clients. So this was the inception of it, something to give back to the industry. And that the dream of being on my own was the dream which all consultants have. So the basic DNA was to add value which is required by the client, and not just be another person in the crowd of consultants. That's the whole idea.
Nice. Moving with the next question. How do you define success for Volt, and what metrics do you track?
Yeah, so success is a very good question actually. So success is something is not measured in any sort of a KPI or value or some numbers. So success is basically when you say that how do you define your own happiness when you're doing your work. So for success for us is when we work with the client, we own that. So, you might have seen various companies have a lot of values, number of 4 values, 5 values, 6 values. But what we decided at Vault is that we only one value, and that is accountability. Accountability means once we take any project, then we take full accountability from end to end. And this is what makes us happy, that when we see our client smiling and when they say that, this is something I was expecting or more than you delivered, which makes us happy. So it's about, you can say, customer satisfaction is one thing which make us feel happy. In terms of KPI, what we track metrics, obviously we look at repeat business. That are we getting repeat business from our clients? Number two, we are getting the customer satisfaction score, NPS. These are the 2-3 metrics we always measure.
Great. Moving with the next question. What's the biggest challenge you have faced as a CEO and how did you overcome it?
One of the biggest challenge I have seen as a CEO, in the consulting business is that there's a lot of, not I would say that qualitative competition, but quantitative competition is there. So, for example, I have seen many a times there are some consultants who offer services with a lot of focus on that pricing, not on the value. So if you look at the value addition, you require some kind of a involvement. You don't just give that. For example, I have to conduct a program. I just can't go there and present it. I have to do some kind of TNI. I have to do some kind of interaction. I have to add value of for time and that intellectual knowledge. So that's one challenge I've seen. Second I've seen is that sometimes expectations from the clients are not very clear. And we say that adding value to the client. I give an example to you. I was talking to one of the client and I said, what's the pain point area? What you want us to deliver? And he said, sir, it should be like fun filled. Only that they should enjoy. So that is something very, very difficult to measure because the fun field is not our objective. Objective is to add value to the business. Objective is to make their thinking more strategic. Objective is to deliver on some numbers in terms of productivity improvement, process improvement, cost reduction, or let's say attrition reduction. So if it is only fun filled, it's not going to work. So these are some challenges. Expectation may not be clear. Could be one major challenge.
It sounds good. Your next question is how do you stay ahead of industry trends in consulting?
So this again a good question. See, there's a lot of crowd of consultants. How to stay ahead is what our USP is. That all our programs are customized. We don't deliver same program, to different clients. So when I say customized means that as a mandatorily we conduct pre-work before any kind of interaction. So we'll speak to the stakeholders, we'll speak to the participants, we conduct focus group meetings before even designing the program. We understand the competencies which are required by the client and then deliver the program. And for us, training is not an event, it's a journey. So we always conduct post-training applications, workshops, coaching, one-to-one interaction, so that there is a change of behavior, there is application of learnings. Otherwise, you have seen training is good, people enjoy, and they give very good feedback, and after 1 month they forget everything. So what we do is to stay ahead, we always give post-training applications, interaction with participants, so that there's a adoption of that behavior in the participants. Yeah.
Great. Moving with the next question. What's your approach to building a strong leadership team?
Yeah. So again, this is again very relevant. But how do you build leadership team? So leadership again is a big subject. So leadership is not a designation. So our approach is to look at the certain behaviors, whereas are they taking ownership of the team? So in leadership, we always tell that it's not how many people you control. Mindset should be that how many people you are accountable for. So if you are, let's say, if a senior leader, you don't say that I'm controlling 500 people or 400 people. You always say that I'm accountable for 500 families, 500 careers, 500 lives. That's the one approach you have to change. Second, we say in leadership that once you are a leader, you don't fix the problem. You help them to fix their problems by asking questions. So leaders don't create followers. Leaders create leaders. Are you able to build leaders below you? Is the mindset you have to give. And in that, you don't work from the head. You work from the heart. Are you able to connect with the people, your teams? See, nowadays, if you look at 80s and 90s and 2000, there was a different style of leadership. Today, you have to be more transformational leadership because now the interaction is very limited. Interaction with the teams are limited, which leading to less relationship, leading to more attrition and issues. So as a leader, you have to spend time with your team if you really want to lead them effectively.
Nice. Your next question is, what core service does VALT Consulting offer and who's your target audience?
Okay, so I'll split it into two part. One is the what services we offer and the target audience. So in terms of services, we are into three buckets. One, we do talent development programs, leadership programs, and behavioral soft skill program. Number two, we are into talent acquisition, where we do recruitment services and background verification and other services. Number three, we are into talent engagement services, whereas we do projects like HR consulting in terms of PMS, succession planning, competency mapping, stuff like that. So mainly three buckets we are working right now. With the audience, target audience is basically we deal into middle to senior management leadership programs, and we do some program for the masses in terms of that cultural transformation. So whereas you bottom to top, everybody is involved. There's some special project we have.
Great. Uh, your next question is, how do you tailor solution for clients in different sectors?
So again, it is one-to-one interaction. So as I said earlier, there are no two clients same. Everybody has different need. For example, let's say while doing a consulting for one company, their need could be that that how much time you take to recruit somebody. That would be one of that KPI. The other company, they might do a lot of automation. So the quality of hire could be more important than time to hire. So it depends upon client to client. Like for example, in automobile, oil and gas, energy sector, pharmaceuticals, IT, construction industry, infrastructure. So they all have different needs, and that's a whole fun of consulting is that you learn a lot of things and you tailor made your programs to their requirements. So to answer to your question, there's not a single thumb rule. The only one thumb rule is it should be specific to their requirement and should add value to their business.
Great. Moving with the next question, what role does technology play in VALT Consulting approach?
Oh, very much. So technology is a one over the cornerstone which we have. So for example, we use a lot of AI tools in terms of content development, in terms of case study, refinement, in terms of connecting with the clients, and keeping track on their post training action plans. So technology does play a very important role. Having said that, I would say that it is a supportive sort of a tool for us. Major, we don't compromise on one-to-one interaction. So even if you would look at virtually, we do a lot of programs. So we keep one sort of a ground rule that if your camera is not on, then you will get less marks. So you have to have that connect with the one-to-one person. So you can't replace that as per our industry. We can't replace human interaction with technology. But it's a supportive tool to us.
Nice. Moving with the next question,
Yeah.
how do you ensure your advice in actionable and result driven?
So our action plans are very specific. So what we do is that so we always ask that can you quantify your actions. So it's not just writing numbers. So it's not a dream, but we look at the goals. So let's say if somebody says that I will develop my team. So my question to them is that how will you measure it? If you develop your team, measurement should be some criteria, some KPI. It could be reduction of attrition. It could be number of internal promotee. It could be number of people earning incentive. So what is your criteria? So don't keep it vague. Make it more specific and quantifiable.
It sounds good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Your next question is, can you share a successful project that showcases VALT impact?
There are many of them actually. so, so one of them I can share with you. We did a project with a pharmaceutical company, and this was a project we did for the managers, all managers. They were area sales managers and regional sales managers. And what we did, we took some baseline, metrics before starting the project. The metrics was sales revenue growth, total sales revenue, total growth rate, attrition, Was it three, and one more was the new customer acquisition with four KPI we had, and we did this project for around 6 to 9 months with them, whereas we did multiple interaction workshops, after workshop coaching and things like that, and we showed a very good sort of ROI in terms of increased revenue, uh, increased growth rate, reduce attrition, and more number of customer acquisition, which was one of that project I can mention. The another project I can relate immediately come to my mind is that we did a program for cross functional alignment of a company into manufacturing. So in that, all the HODs they made some cross functional goals, and there was a lot of saving, and that ROI was, I would remember that 270% something to the cost which they incurred and the total outcome which they got. So these are a lot of projects we keep running, and so to name a few, I could immediately remember these two.
Great. Uh, your next question is, what's a pivotal moment that lead you focus on talent management?
Can you repeat the question? I didn't get it. Can you say it again?
Okay.
Yeah.
What's a pivotal moment that lead you to focus on talent management?
Okay. So it is basically, as I said in the first question, that that need of somebody who can really add value to that whole business. And talent management, if you look at in our industry, uh, again, it is not, people may not give a proper definition to this talent management. So what our definition and what I have learned from XLRI and other colleges, that talent management has three parts basically. It is a talent acquisition, talent development, and talent engagement. So as you know that we are working all three verticals. We do recruitment, we do development, we do engagement. So this is the need with that, it should be clarity, and it should be adding value to the talent as your organization.
Nice. Uh, moving with the next question. How has being a former SEBI chairman influenced your consulting perspective?
I may not be relating to this question. Maybe you can ask in the next question. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Your next question is, what skills do you think are initial for a consulting today?
So again, a very good question. So one thing which is very very important is your resilience. First skill is your resilience. You have to be resilient, because not everything happens as per your plan. So you have to be like, have patience, emotions under control. So that's one skill. Second skill, I would say, being agile. So you are not working in a organization where everything is structured. You're working with different clients, different industry, different needs. So you have to be agile in terms of, don't try to push your agenda to them. So many times I have seen, just to give an example to you, I was into corporate and we had one consultant who was working with us on a leadership program. And this consultant was trying to push his agenda, his content, in spite of having all our needs well defined. That is something which frustrates the client. So you have to be agile as per the requirement. Number three, you have to be customer centric. That value which is accountability. You have to own your customer. You have to love your customer. You can't be like taking shortcuts. No short gains. So if you take a short gain, tomorrow it will impact your business. So you have to feel like in his shoes, empathize with him. What is the need? See, a client has a need that's he want to solve, and you are the person who are supposed to do that. If you take shortcuts, you're not doing justice to your work, and you're not doing justice to your ethics. So being customer centric is the thinking like customer, what is the requirement. And fourth, have fun, enjoy. Don't always think that it's stress. It's stressful obviously, but you have to have fun and keep moving ahead. That's the first skill I can say.
Great. Moving with the next question. How do you balance strategic thinking with hand on execution?
Absolutely important. So my execution, my activities has to align with the strategic, the goal of the organization. The first thing we ask the client is that what is your end objective, what you want to achieve by the end of it. Then second question is, what is the current situation? So for example, if you say that I want my team members to increase their productivity, permanent productivity by this much, very good. What is the current status right now? And if you have to reach from this level to this level, what is the way forward? So that's where you plan your application to your strategic goals.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
Um, Moving with the next question, how does Volt stay innovative in a competitive consulting landscape?
Yeah. So we always, keep attending various forums. So like say I'm a part of NHRDN group. I also keep attending a lot of events by various bodies. In fact, I make it a point that say once in 6 months, once in a quarter, I attend one this thing to learn new what is happening. And second, I also do a lot of research, with the help of AI and all. What are new trends coming up? What are new tools are being applicable? Otherwise, you become like a sort of a, doing the conventional things which are not relevant in the today context. So we do a lot of research in that area.
Great. Your next question is, what emerging trends excited you most in consulting industry?
Yeah, so see, what's one very important thing which is coming up is the AI, which is now coming in every area, and this is one thing which really excites me, and it is one tool which can really increase your productivity by many folds. So that's the one area which is coming up very strongly. Second thing which really excites me is the overall changing scenario of the business environment. See, nowadays if you look at companies are merging together, they are looking at maybe that more productivity with less manpower. So they want to skill their people. But in that skill building, what is happening is that the one-to-one interaction is going down. And with the one-to-one interaction going down, the role of a consultant like us come into picture, where you build a lot of teams, you build a lot of relationship, you build a lot of personalities. So that's very interesting trend which I'm seeing, and I'm very hopeful that it will add value to the organization.
Nice. Moving with the next question,
Yeah.
how do you approach scaling Vault services globally?
Yeah. So to answer this question, actually, if you look at currently, we are working not only in India, but we are in global level of working. So we are working in Oman, we are working in Bangladesh, we are working in Nepal, working in Sri Lanka, we are working in Tanzania. So already we are having footsteps over there. In fact, we have client in US. Our first client was actually from US, if you ask me. So we, as we always look at the global trends, how things are happening, and we always try to relate with those clients and see how we can add value to their business. And their cultures are very different, so it's not the same culture in India and Nepal is same or Oman is same. A lot of different cultures we come across, and being agile is one of the traits which we always follow, and we try to learn those skills and relate to these platforms.
It sounds good. Um,
Yeah.
your next question is, do you have any partnership that have been game changers for Vault?
Yes. So without partnership, it's difficult to sustain. So we have a lot of collaborations with various other companies also. We have collaboration with the institutes also. So like I visit various colleges. Like recently, I visited IIM Ahmedabad, for consulting. I also visit to Nirma University, IMT Ghaziabad, Christ University, and various colleges. Then we do a lot of partnership with other consultants, whereas we collaborate. Sometimes we need them, sometimes they need us. So we do a lot of collaboration, and that's how we learn and grow together.
Great.
Yeah.
Your next question is, what drives your passion for consulting and leadership?
So my only driver is that customer satisfaction and the smile on the customer face, which make us feel energized, and we tend to do more better for the clients.
It sounds good. Uh, your next question is, how do you promote a culture of learning at Vault?
Yeah, so at Learning at Volt, we, as we said, that we do research in terms of content development, in terms of industry trends, and we always promote attending various seminars, various webinars, so that we don't we don't stay where we are, but we have to move ahead. What the industry trends are there, so we always promote that learning all over our employees.
Nice. Moving with the next question. What's one book or resource that shaped your leadership style?
Uh, the one book which came to all over my mind is that what got you here won't get you there. The book written by Marshall Goldsmith, which is my favorite book, and I refer to this book to time and again in various forums. Second book I can always relate is Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, which is again one of my favorite book. The third book is Speed of Trust, which is written by uh, uh, Stephen M.R. Covey, the son of Mr. Stephen Covey, which is again my favorite book. The fourth book, which really helped me, and I always relate to, The Fish. It's a very good book on team building. So there are three, four books which I always refer to, and I recommend everybody to read. Yeah.
Great. Moving with the next question. How do you handle pressure and maintain work life balance?
So for pressure handling, I actually have a passion, and the passion is of shairi. So I do a lot of shairi and poetry. So, and this poetry is my passion, my hobby, which I use during my sessions also, and have seen participants relating to it, very effectively. When I do corporate training, I use a lot of poetry in between, and that helps me and helps participants to stay connected. And in my free time, I also attend Mushairas. I as a participant. And recently, I was also, I presented on DD Urdu. Recently, I was performing over there in a program. So that's one of my stress management, tool, I can say.
Nice. What advice would you give to young consultant starting out?
Okay, so I would say first advice is don't take shortcuts, have patience, and think like customer. So think from their perspective, and whatever you do to the customer, try to give more than what you promise, and not under promise. So once you promise X, try to give X plus, that will make your customer more delighted and more happy, and that will give you more repeat business. So shortcuts will give you short gains, but not a long term gain. That's my advice to the young entrepreneurs.
It sounds good. Uh, your next question is, how do you see the consulting trends evolving in the next 5 years?
Consulting trends have already evolved a lot, I would say. What I see in the coming 5 years will be that more AI driven, and one that more specific to the industry. And so one of the trend which is already I can see is happening is that people are having that lot of virtual presence, and not one-to-one maybe meeting, which is already saving a lot of cost and that capex budgets for the consultants. So yeah, so this is how it evolved. So more going to AI driven, and you can say that adding the real need to the customer, which will be the time to come.
Great. So your next question is, what's your take on integrating AI into consulting practices?
I think the same question which we answered earlier. So AI is already integrated into consulting. So be it content development, be it refining your proposals, or be it a post training tracking mechanism. So AI is already very much into the consulting, and it's going to grow. It's going to to work more, especially if you look at nowadays into HR domain, dashboard, in terms of talent acquisitions. So AI is already there to a great shape. Yeah.
Great. Your next question is, how important is sustainability in world consulting projects?
Um, can you repeat the question? I didn't understand.
Uh-huh. How important is sustainability in world consulting projects?
Yes, again, sustainability is the area for future. And we can see right now what is happening is that there's a lot of emphasis on sustainability as a subject. So we recently have tied up with one company, it's called Planet Sustec, based out of Dubai, where they are doing a lot of work on this area, and we are the learning partner with this company, whereas we train people on aspects of accountability, because accountability is the key for sustainability projects. So if you are not taking personal accountability, if you just expect others to do it, then it may not work. So as a learning partner, we are working with them to create that mindset of accountability, that if you have to bring this change, you are the on the driver's seat. You are not a passenger.
Great. Uh, your next question is, do you think regulatory changes impact consulting strategics and how?
Regulatory, yes, it has an impact. So if you look at our whole current structure of regulations in terms of the contracts, in terms of the taxations, everything is there. But yeah, everything is in the structure, and we have to comply with it without taking shortcuts. So whatever you are doing should be more transparent as per the regulatory norms. Follow the NDAs being signed with the clients, and don't unnecessarily violate the rules. So if you have to be sustainable for the long run, you have to follow the regulatory requirements of the country. Yeah.
Nice. Your next question is, what's the main focus of World Consulting?
So it's I think this main focus again remains talent acquisition, talent development, and talent engagement. The major three of options, and the core is customers delight, customers happiness.
The next question is, how important innovation in consulting?
Innovation, if you don't innovate, then you will be obsolete. And for innovation, I always say that observation is a very important part. If you're not observing the trends which is happening, you will not succeed. So what we do is we do a lot of activities based programs, which again lead to innovation. We also do a lot of that AI tools in our sessions for quiz, for activities and all. For even for games, also we use like QR codes based games. So this really help to engage participants and stay connected.
Nice. Your next question is, how do you help business grow?
So all our efforts are towards business only, and as I said, after training program, we do applications based coachings, which has helped organizations to grow their business.
Your next question is, what inspired you to start Vault Consulting?
I think that this my I think second question, which was we've answered, that the need to give back to the industry and add value rather than doing off the shelf program is what. Right? Okay, so Rima, can you just cut it? A lot of questions are repeated actually now, so we have a lot of questions. I think maybe we covered all the questions. Looks like.
Oh,
Yeah,
Um,
we can close it. Maybe.
how 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 would you define yourself as a leader?
So, as a leader, I would say that I am people centric, and I am a sort of a person who is more collaborative kind of leader. So, I don't think that I think is only right. So, I take collective decisions and work together with the team.
Nice. Your next question is, explain how to schedule your day for success.
So, starting with the planning and making the sub goals and execution of the goals. Maybe three things.
Your next question is, what has been your biggest failure and what did you learn from it?
Okay. Again, now we have a different question. So there was a time when I was planning to to work with a client, and this client was having a very different need, and it was changing again and again and again. So, for example, today they said that we want to do a program for our leadership team. Then after we send a proposal, then the next week say no, we are looking for middle management only. We are not doing leadership team. So again, we change the proposal. Then they say we want for more details for this program. So we send the details of the program. Then they ask more granular details of it, and I realized that somewhere the client had sort of a attitude to collect all the content and do it themselves. And that's where I had a discussion with them that what is your intent? You want to work with us, or you want to just gain information and to work yourself? There was no proper answer, and I could make out that it is not. So it was a time wastage, I would say, with the client. So we say that if this is the way you want to work, sorry, we are not. We cannot partner with you because this is not what we encourage. We encourage partnership. We encourage collaboration. If my intent is not good, you will not trust me, and if my intent is good, you will trust me. So the intent was the issue over there, and that's where we had a sort of a not a you know good value for the time is shared with the client.
Nice. Your next question is, you need to break the rules if you want to success. Do you agree with this statement?
It depends upon the context actually. What rule we are talking about? If you are talking about some compliance rules, answer is no. If you talk about some regulatory rules, answer is no. If you talk about the agenda which is prepared versus what required, answer is yes, we can. So if you are like, let's say for example, you have an agenda to deliver a program, but the need is different, participants are different, so you have to change that plan. So that's answer is yes.
Great. Your next question is, what do you believe are the three qualities that make or can make someone be a star in any field that he or she chooses?
So one is the passion for the role. Number two, accountability for the role. Number three, patience. So three things I would say.
Okay, great. Your next question is, who's someone in your profession you really admire and why?
There are many people in my profession whom I really admire. So you can say my ex-bosses with whom I learned, I really admire for their competency. Because of them, I have learned a lot of things. So I admire my seniors, my ex-bosses, my colleagues, and my friends who are working with me, and I learn a lot from each other. So many people in my life, not a one person, but one person I would say I can vouch for it is my wife. Because when I started my journey as a consultant, her support was extremely crucial. Because when you take a decision to start your own, and at a time when you are well established in your career, at a peak of your career, you need support, and that's where she really supported my dream. So I'm very thankful to my wife for this question.
It sounds good. Okay, this is your last question for today's session. What's one thing you wish more people understood about consulting?
I wish that they should appreciate the courage, the risk which consultants are taking. And with this context, I would like to share one example with you. So I was been working in a company, and my boss, Mr. Ramesh Singh, he used to tell this thing when I was into corporate. He used to say that all the vendors who are coming to your office, all the consultants who are coming to your office, you should respect them because they are entrepreneurs. He used to say that these people have their own empire, so don't mistreat with them, don't mishandle with them. You have to respect them for what they bring. And I'm sure this collaboration, this ecosystem is here to sustain, is to work more. So the mutual respect is what I would say that should be there for consultants.
Nice. Moving ahead, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to Mr. Ajay Tyagi for being our guest for today at Conversation with Consultants. Your presence and engagement helped to make this event successful. Thank you for providing insights into your exciting journey.
Thank you so
Further,
much.
we would also like to thank our audience for listening patiently throughout the event. Thank you everyone for joining with us and hope us today and hope that everyone gains some knowledge from this event. Looking ahead, we are excited to announce that our next episode 80 of Conversation with Consultants will be held soon. We hope
Thank
to
you.
see you all there. Thank you, and we look forward to reconnecting with you again. Do subscribe our YouTube channel and follow us on all social media handles to stay connected with us. Goodbye and have a great day ahead. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Rima. Thank you so much, SA Associates and Group, for this opportunity. Thanks a lot. Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye.